So this is the great big empty shared room. We've got this great big long hallway of nothing. This build is odd, but these builds are always a little bit funky. Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to another Sims 4 alphabet build video where I build houses in the shapes of different letters of the alphabet because I'm not a great builder, so I make silly builds on purpose. Today we are up to the letter U, getting very close to the end of the alphabet, and honestly for the letter U I was incredibly scared of what options we were going to have to furnish with, because a twist on this challenge is that I also use build and buy options whose titles start with the same letter of the alphabet that we're building with. The example I always give for this so that it's easier for you to understand is for the letter D house. I had to use the Duty Calls toilet bush because it was the only toilet that we had that started with the letter D. It just makes the challenge a little bit more fun and makes me use items that I would never normally use before. So with that being said, let's jump into The Sims 4. Let me show you the shell that we're working with today, and I've immediately got to talk to you about some stuff, so let's get into it. So here we are in The Sims 4, and please excuse the absolute horrible roofing that is on the bottom part of this letter U. I did use curved walls for creating the shape of the bottom. It made the roofing pretty interesting, and honestly the roofing is kind of gross and ugly. I do apologize for that, but we've got more important things to talk about. Let us have a look at the floor plan, and straight away you might be seeing we got some blue and some pink here. That is because this lot, I decided to make it a little duplex. Is that what they call it? Where you have like two houses that back onto the same wall. They're like two houses on the same lot. Duplex. And specifically, I should just mention, this is the very first thing that I am doing using the Sims 4 for rent. I've never used anything from for rent before, and as a matter of fact, I'm kind of filming this video a lot earlier than when you're seeing it. I'm planning on taking some time off over Christmas and into the new year, so I'm doing a lot of pre-recording. So at the time that I'm filming this video, it's been 5 days since The Sims 4 for rent was released, so it's still very early on in the pack's life. A lot of people are still working out the features, including myself, because I've been so busy pre-recording videos so that I can have my time off and not have to stress. Yeah, I have not seen any of the gameplay of The Sims 4 for rent. I know the absolute basics about it, so coming into this build I was a little bit intimidated immediately because of that. But we do have two apartments here. Like I said, this is a duplex. So we've got the blue apartment and we've got the pink apartment. So let me walk you through these apartments. So we have this room here in the middle. This is the shared space. So we've got like a front door here, and then the doors to each of these apartments come off of this main room. There also ends up being a door out into this space here in the middle, a shared space once again. The apartments both have the exact same layouts. So for both of these apartments, we end up having this open plan living, and kitchen ends up being on this panel here, this straight panel here. And then we've got a hallway that leads to the rest of the rooms of the apartments. This rectangle room that we've got here in either apartment is a bedroom. This square room we've got here are bathrooms, and then this big square room at the top is also a bedroom. So they are both 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartments. And with that being said, I suppose let's get into the speed build. I've got some things that I've got to talk to you about this build, so let's get into it. Now this is going to be a very short speed build because honestly I didn't have a lot of options. I knew that I probably wasn't going to have a lot of options that started with the letter U, and honestly I was just happy we had some wallpaper and we had a door and we had 2 different kinds of windows and we had like a bed and stuff that started with the letter U. There really was only a couple of items that I had to substitute for other items that I deem essential, things like the fridge. The fridge does not start with the letter U, but you kind of need a fridge in order for these to be functional. That's the whole purpose of this challenge, is to make these builds functional. They're a little bit silly, but functional. So because we don't have a lot of the essential furniture, we also don't have a lot of stuff to decorate with in these apartments. So they're pretty empty still, but I think they're 4-star apartments, so they're not overwhelmingly bad or anything. They're just not as cluttered as I would generally like to make my builds. I would generally like them to be a little bit more decorative than what these ones are. So I'm going to talk to you apartment by apartment now, because when I do these builds, these silly builds, I generally get a vibe for like the people that are living in these homes. And because we've got 2 apartments, I did kind of have similar things happen here. So this apartment complex felt like it was maybe not brand new, but is a newer complex building, like it's a newer duplex building. In apartment number 1, the blue apartment, I kind of felt like maybe these people had just moved into this apartment. They're still unpacking stuff, they're still finding where things are gonna go. You'll be able to see that in some of the decor that I ended up using in that apartment. It looks a little bit not disheveled, but it clearly isn't fully set up yet. Whereas the pink apartment, I sort of felt like this was maybe a single mum and 2 kids. And the vibes that I was kind of getting for her is this mum is absolutely just trying to make this little apartment work for her 2 kids. This little apartment complex is not the brightest space. We didn't have very much light in these apartments, so it's kind of dark and dingy, which is not the vibe. And it kind of felt like for the pink apartment, this mum was just trying to make this place bright and colorful and fun for her kids. Again, you see that in a lot of the decorating that I do. I definitely like the way the pink apartment turned out more than the blue apartment. I definitely wanted them to have differentiating things considering they are a part of a duplex. I'd still wanted them to have their own individual personalities, even though they're part of the same lot. So I definitely feel that. And also with the blue apartment as well, I should just mention, it kind of felt like it was a mum and dad and maybe like a teenage son was kind of the vibe that I was feeling. So honestly, it's kind of a shame that this was my first experience of using the Sims 4 for rent. I wish that I could tell you more about my feelings on it from what I've experienced, which is honestly the absolute most basic stuff, which is just building like a duplex. I haven't done any gameplay or anything with it. I can't really tell you much, so I wish that this was not my first video with the Sims 4 for rent, but I already had these holidays scheduled in. I already had videos planned to film around this time so that I wouldn't have to stress. Anyway, I don't love these apartments. Is this the worst build of the alphabet build challenge? No, definitely not. But I still don't love it. It's definitely not my favorites. That is the speed build done. It's a pretty quick speed build. It didn't take me very long to put what you saw there together because there wasn't a lot to begin with, and there honestly isn't a lot in the end run as well. So with that being said, let's jump back into The Sims 4 now so I can show you the completed letter U duplex. So this is the letter U from top down. Landscaping was interesting. We didn't have much of anything, honestly. So we've just got some trees and some bushes. We didn't even have any tile that I could use for like a pathway up to the front door. I mentioned it kind of briefly, and if you're familiar with this series, you're gonna know all about it. But if this is the first time you're watching, wow, this is a weird one for you to be watching for the first time. Anyway, when I'm furnishing these houses, if I need a fridge and I don't have a fridge that starts with the letter that I'm using, I'll go with the next letter closest to it. That's what I did for the fridge in this build here. But when it comes to the unnecessary furniture, the things that are not necessary to make these houses functional, if I don't have an option that starts with the letter that I'm building with, there isn't gonna be one in this build. And that's what I mean with the flooring. Here is the front of the build as well, just so you can see. Now this mailbox does not start with the letter U, but because this is a duplex, I wasn't sure, and I still am not even sure because it's only been 5 days since For Rent was released at the time that I'm filming this video. I wasn't sure what the functionality around mailboxes are, so I thought I would just use a mailbox that comes with For Rent so that I know that this probably would be functional for this duplex. Anyway, totally fine. Let's get inside and take a look. So this is the great big empty shared room. There is absolutely nothing in here because I didn't have anything that I felt could go in here. Maybe I can put some plants in some corners. That might be all I can do for in here, but there's nothing else that I could do in here. This room simply is to get to the apartments and to get to the shared patio space, which honestly, I might even do the shared patio space first. But let's talk about this flooring for the minute. We've got this black flooring and you might be able to see it's textured. This is actually the construction quality concrete. This flooring is the default flooring when you place a room. We didn't have any floor tile at all. No carpet, no wood, no tile, no linoleum, nothing extra funky to go on the floors. So because of that, I just changed the color of the concrete to this black because this is the flooring that comes up by default when you make a room. So I just changed it to black so that we didn't have super ugly floors. If I was truly adhering to the rules of my challenge, I should have deleted the floors to begin with and had it be grass. But I didn't really want that for this build, so please don't hate me for making that decision. Let's go and take a look outside. It's so incredibly basic, so don't get your hopes up. We've just got a grassy space and we've got 2 picnic benches, and that is essentially it for out here. Kind of glad that I even had these picnic benches though. They're the Urbanite, I'm pretty sure. Urban or Urbanite picnic benches that started with the letter U, because honestly, there's no other dining options in either of these apartments. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to the blue apartment first, apartment number 1. This is the one where I felt like it was the parents and the teenage son and that they've just moved in. It's so incredibly basic. I do apologize. Please excuse the lack of any kind of decor in here. Anyway, so we've got this TV. Thank goodness this TV started with the letter U, because we wouldn't have had a TV otherwise. We've got some bookshelves next to the front door, and then over here we've got the kitchen. And one of the things that kind of gave me vibes as if this family was just moving in was honestly these chairs that came with the basement treasures. Is that what it's called? I don't know, but it's like the chairs that would be in the basement, but I put them here like this. It kind of felt like maybe they just hadn't set them up next to the dining table yet. I don't know, that's kind of the vibe. Anyway, the kitchen's interesting. We've got some modern vibes mixed with the gross stove from the base game, so that's interesting. We've got this great big long hallway of nothing, because again, I had nothing to use. So if we take a look in here, this is what ended up being the teenager's bedroom. And I kind of get the feeling that this guy is kind of into sports. He's got like a little sports picture. He's got some bowling pins. This build is odd, but these builds are always a little bit funky. He's also got some skis under the coffee table there as well. He's got a TV in his bedroom. He's got it pretty set up in here. I feel like he's pretty right to go. I feel like it's the parents that just don't have their stuff set up. If we come up here though to the end of the hallway, we've got this doorway that leads into the bathroom. The washer and dryer, when you have them as the combination together, they do start with the letter U, so we were able to have some laundry stuff in here, make it feel like a little bit more furnished and more polished at home, I suppose. And then we've got the parents' bedroom here as well, absolutely empty. Like, I had nothing to go with. I am so sorry, it is pretty barren, but it is a functional bedroom nonetheless. It's got a bed. That's really all you need. So I hate this apartment. I'm not a fan of this apartment complex overall. We've got trees clipping. I need to fix the clipping of the trees. I do apologize for that. But let's go and take a look at apartment number 2 now. And this one, I'm hoping you're going to be able to see what I mean when it feels like it's a single parent trying to make this apartment work for her kids. We do have a little gaming console on the coffee table, so straight away a little bit more fun than the other space. And then if we take a swing around, we've got some decor with some kids stuff. And this is also what I mean where it feels like maybe this apartment is a little bit more established. The people living here have been living here a little bit longer because they've got like their plants out and things like that. They've got a jug on the stove and things like that. So then we do have another great big long hallway of emptiness. I'm gonna save the kids' bedroom till last, I think, because it's my favorite part of this entire build. So then coming up towards the end of the hallway, again, we've got a bathroom off the side here, which is exactly the same as the bathroom in the other apartment. Nothing different there. And then we do have the parents' bedroom in here as well. It has a little bit more in here, bookshelves and stuff to make it feel like it's a little bit more established, but it's still very empty. I apologize for that. So with that being said, let's get to the best part of the build, which is the kids' bedroom. And this is really where I think you're gonna get what I mean. This parent's trying to make this place fun for her kids. So let's get in there. We've got the little fort thing that came with the little campus kit. It started with the letter U. And as soon as I saw that it started with the letter U, I was so excited because I knew that I wanted to do exactly this with it and make like a little kids' bedroom space in here using that little fort. We do also have some more of the clutter that came with that little campers kit as well, the cardboard stuff. And this is just the vibe of maybe they don't have too much money, but they're just trying to make something fun for the kids. It's kind of sweet. And then we do have uni over here, and we've got a little seat in there as well. So that is the kids' bedroom. It's definitely the best part of this whole build because the rest of it is really not great. It is so dark and dingy and honestly not the best, but it is hopefully a functional build. I don't know about the functionality of the for rent features yet. I don't know how they work, so I don't know if this is super functional in that aspect. I'm hoping so. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't think anyone's going to download this one, but if you would like to download this one, I will still stick it on the gallery. I stick all of these builds on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way that it's spelled here. You will find this one under the letter U Duplex. It uses a lot of packs because I am filtering through every single item in this game to be able to furnish these houses, and of course it's kind of essential to have for rent for this one. You could kind of forgo everything else, gut it and make it your own whatever, but you definitely need for rent because it is a residential rental home and they are only available through The Sims 4 for rent. But guys, that's all I've got for this video of building a home, actually two homes I guess, in the shape of the letter U. The letter V is next for the alphabet build series, and if I was scared about this one, oh boy, I am scared about the letter V. We're gonna have no furniture in that home at all, so if you'd like to see the letter V and what it ends up being, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Leave me the unicorn emoji in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, you enjoyed the video even though this build is not the best build, and you are excited to see what the letter V is gonna turn out like. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!